Hello, my name is Ola, and I'm going to be reacting to Batman Forever by Nostalgia Critic. This was recommended to me by American Nerd 1776, Stephen Riley, Paul Westerfield, featuring Polk, and Surreal Moore. Thank you for the recommendation. Um, this is just one of those movies where I think it's so bad it's good, which is my opinion. It's, of course, uh, I think. After Batman and Robin, this is like the silliest, goofiest, like Batman movie. Like it might as well be uh, like a, like, like a, like an Adam West like style Batman movie, because it's just freaking like you got freaking like Jim Carrey as the Riddler, dude. Like, but he's still awesome in it. He he really like steals the show out from Batman um and Tommy Lee Jones. Like, um it is pretty messed up to find out that like not everybody got along on set. Like with Schumacher getting into arguments and fights with Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones, to where it's gotten to the point where they swear that, like, oh, I'm never working with this person ever again. And originally, Michael Keaton was supposed to come back and play Batman in this one, but again, he didn't like where the story was going, and he also got in an argument with Schumacher, uh, which made him leave. And I think I heard there were like other people that before they got Val Kilmer to play Batman. There were other people that they were looking to play Batman, and people to get to play Robin. I heard Leonardo DiCaprio was supposed to play Robin, I think, uh, but he didn't like the movie. And like, man, like almost nobody wanted to do this movie, pretty much, which is understandable. Uh, but it's just, I mean, of course, I get back at the time, when it first came out, that, oh, people hated it. But now, like all these years later, it's just something we could just look back on and be like, man, this is, but anyway, yeah, let's check this out. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe my channel, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. And here we go.
This episode brought to you by The Black Tux, premium rental suits and tuxedos delivered.
Sounds like something Batman would use. Or should I say Bruce?
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to.
What?
This? Why are the nipples on the outside of me?
Ooh, hot entrance, Critic. Have I ever let you know that my interest in you isn't purely professional, or do I need skin-tight vinyl and a whip?
Tamara, you're a freaking professional. Why are you suddenly acting so weirdly horny?
I'm just representing how an out-of-touch gay man thinks that straight women act.
Malcolm, why are you suddenly a white guy? And a very annoying one at that.
I'll tell you right after I finish mugging for the camera.
Stop it, all of you! Who's responsible for all this?
He is.
Hello, Critic. It's your old friend, Joe.
The mocker.
Nostalgia Critics has gotten too dark for some viewers' time. I'm here to make it more kid-friendly, colorful, and nibblicious.
You won't get away with this, mocker!
I know you don't like it, but I was just doing what the studio demanded.
Yeah, but
I apologize. I'm just trying to do something more colorful for the kids.
Oh, you don't need to apologize.
Now, I understand you're frustrated, but why don't we sit down and talk about it over some herbal tea?
Okay, that does sound really nice. No! I won't let the fact that you're a decent human being get in front of the fact that you make horrible crap!
It's Earl Grey.
Oh, I love Earl Grey. That's like my favorite. No! I need someone who won't fall for your kindness. I need a geek. An angry geek. A last angry geek.
Last? Really?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of angry geeks.
Millions.
Okay, I don't know why he calls himself that either, but I'm calling him!
Who are you? What the? Oh, I love the shirt, man. I love the shirt.
Were you in my storage closet the whole time?
Don't judge me.
I very much am.
All right, Mocker. It's time we put an end to your insanity.
Now don't be that way. Why don't I order us some lattes and we can sit down and discuss artistic styles and interpretations?
He is very nice.
Isn't he? He is just the nicest guy. I just want to eat him.
But it won't work! We did an entire riff track on how your style ruined Batman Forever.
You did?
Yes, and it's still available.
For anyone to purchase.
The cameos by Mike Nelson.
Kevin Murphy.
And Bill Corbett.
Good times are just a back click away.
Ha! Well, that was recorded years ago. You couldn't possibly find any fault in Batman Forever now.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just needed a segue into the review.
Yeah, there's like a million jokes about this movie.
Yeah, we should probably just get to it.
Batman Forever.
After the 1989 smash hit Batman, producers were excited to see if the follow-up, Batman Returns, would deliver as big a financial punch.
The film didn't quite deliver what the studio wanted, with many parents complaining it was too dark for children. This resulted in child-friendly merchandise being pulled, most notably McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
Not wanting to go through that again, the studio pushed director Tim Burton into a producing role and handed control over to Joel Schumacher.
He agreed to make the third installment, Batman Forever, more lighthearted and marketable, and it seemed to pay off as it made more money than the previous installment.
Schumacher is best known for his following epic, Ice Puns and Ass, but a lot of people ignore what a cluster of goofiness Batman Forever is, seemingly giving it a pass.
We're here to see if that pass is warranted, or if it deserves to be tossed in the Snyder pile.
Pile of what?
You know what?
Let's take a look at this batshit insanity with Batman Forever.
Bro, I totally forgot about the bat nips. When he went like, I was like, oh man, how did I forget that? It freaking built nipples into the Batman suit. Like, what? Oh, here we go.
After being assaulted by the big names in this movie,
Interpret that as you will.
we see Batman, played this time by Val Kilmer, getting ready to ride a Batmobile so phallic that even H.R. Geiger's original design looked less penisy.
And if you think they're not going to overcorrect the Happy Meal tie-in from the last film, take a look at this actual opening line.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll
get drive-through.
Well, can't act like they didn't set the bar low from the very start.
It's such a weird line, clearly done just for a McDonald's ad.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through. Tomatoes, crisp lettuce, 2 cheeses on a superhero bun.
It doesn't fit in the movie at all. The only way it could work is if it was literally followed by this.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
2 cheeseburgers, a large fries, and I got a movie out, so just give me whatever plastic schlock with my face on it you got.
That would be hilarious if just cut to just him just in the drive-thru, and everybody just be like, who is this weirdo? What the hell's Batman doing here? Not only that, dude's a multi-millionaire, billionaire. Dude's got money. Why the hell is he? Like, I do get, like, having the craving of McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, but still, like, dude, you could have it delivered to your house, your place, man. Like,
Bingo.
Batman drives to the Second Bank of Gotham in Chinatown? As a crime boss named Two-Face, played by Tommy Lee Jones instead of Billy D. Williams.
Only the finest of art forms remedy this.
You know, I love the Italian mobster in that. He's robbing a bank and juggling his split personality of a district attorney and a burping monkey.
You know, Tommy Lee Jones told Jim Carrey he hated him because he couldn't sanction his buffoonery.
The blood drained from his face and hugged me and said, I hate you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery.
Makes sense to me.
I'm just wondering how acid can turn one half of your face into plastic purple latex.
As you probably guess, he often flips a coin to decide who lives and who dies.
Fortune smiles. Another day of wine and roses.
But you said you'd let me live! Too true, and so you shall!
I mean, I'll kill you later, but I'm letting you live for a few minutes.
I'm a district attorney. I can always find a loophole.
Batman arrives on the scene to meet up with psychiatrist Dr. Chase Meridian, played by Nicole Kidman.
Hot entrance.
A dedicated professional, as you can see.
Gordon is trying to figure out how to save the hostages inside, but Batman has more important issues to confront, like convincing a stranger that bats aren't rodents.
I could write a hell of a paper on a grown man who dresses like a flying rodent.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Bats aren't rodents, Dr. Meridian.
You are interesting.
Your ability to wiki search intrigues me.
By the way, do you have a first name, or do I just call you Bats?
Oh, what, is there a bank robbery or something? Oh yeah, there totally is.
Let's start this party with a bang!
Well, we know Dr. Meridian sure did. Batman breaks in and fights off a gang of Mexican wrestlers while also trying to get the cameraman a tripod. Does that device turn people into Roger Rabbit? Oh, apparently it spread to the music, too.
Well, the composer ran out of money, so he just started going...
It's a trap!
It's a trap!
It's a trap, fool!
Poser.
Two-Face lifts the vault into the air, filling it with acid to rain down on the people of Gotham and their multicolored windows.
Medieval Times is more subtle with their color use. He uses his grappling hook to break through the incredibly weak concrete, which also supports a giant metal safe because it's suddenly the strongest concrete in the world. I knew they shouldn't have used this stuff.
Two-Face flies his helicopter towards the statue of Gotham-y.
It was a gift from French Metropolis.
But both Two-Face and Batman jump out in time, leading to...
You gotta admit, that's an awesome shot right there.
Can we just start a pointless Schumacher slow-mo count?
Only if I can start a Val Kilmer mouth-hanging open count.
But that clashes with my Christian Bale mouth-hanging open count.
Let's look at the menu. If you share the slow-mo count with a Jim Carrey making an excited he farted face count...
Then you can share the Val Kilmer mouth-hanging open count with Christian Bale's mouth-hanging open count.
And who gets the bad news?
We all do.
Harvey Two-Face is still at large and extremely dangerous.
Wow. Batman the Animated Series did not age well.
It's supposed to look realistic.
It's not.
I know it's not.
Speaking of which, we're introduced to Jim Carrey as Edward Nygma, a name so ridiculous even the animated series refused to believe he didn't just make it up.
What did you mean, a joke on his name?
His name's Edward Nygma.
I get it. Enigma.
Edward Nygma. Look at us. Two of a kind.
At first I thought Carrey's portrayal of Nygma was a little too over the top, but after internet culture and fanboys blew up...
I'm Pickle Rick! I'm below the dum dum!
You guys are the ones that ruined Sonic for everyone!
Leave her alone! Get my stuff! Get my stuff! Bring!
Yeah, it might be too subtle.
Nygma is obsessed with Bruce Wayne and wants him to okay his device that beams TV signals directly into the human brain.
I'm sorry, Ed, then the answer is no. Tampering with people's brainwaves, mind manipulation.
It just sounds like cable news.
Just raises too many questions.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
Damn.
Bruce sees the bat signal and uses the bat pipe to transport himself to the bat cave.
Oh, that must have been a lot of fun for the builders to put in.
Alfred threw his back out a lot after setting that up.
Chair.
Does he really see no problem rising with that setup? Boy, Bruce, this is a really comfortable chair.
It turns out the call came from Dr. Meridian.
Commissioner Gordon?
He's at home. I sent the signal.
Oh, trust me, you're sending all the signals.
And thus we partake in one-liner theater.
You're trying to get under my cape, Doctor?
A girl can't live by psychoses alone.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
Oh, I know the opening line for the next film.
Black rubber.
Try fireman, less to take off.
This is sexual harassment and I don't have to take it.
My life's an open book. You read? I'll bring the wine, you bring your scarred psyche. Or do I need skin-tight vinyl and a whip?
Sheesh, lady, what's your PhD in? Bad pickup lines?
Come to think of it, what was she shaking earlier? Commissioner Gordon bat blocks them, showing up in his pajamas.
I saw the signal. What's going on?
False alarm.
Are you sure?
I so wish there was an emergency just so I could see him fight crime in his pajamas.
Oh, you saw my director's cut.
Nigma, meanwhile, kidnaps his boss and uses his device on him.
Yay, you made Spy Kids 3D.
And because this film isn't subtle enough, clearly dignity has been returned to the Dark Knight.
After stealing his brainwaves, Nigma kills his boss, and we're shown the most cinematic court show ever.
Was horribly scarred by Boss Moreau.
Yeah, we see him
Although
get
Batman
acid in the
tried
face.
To save him, dense left brain damage transformed him into a violent criminal who blames Batman.
Well, there you go. 1/3 of the Dark Knight movie condensed into 2 sentences.
Shouldn't he want revenge on the crime boss?
Also, is Batman testifying in court?
Is he a valid witness if no one knows who he is?
It just raises too many questions.
Yeah.
No shit!
Yeah.
Bruce is given a riddle in his office after it's revealed that Nigma's boss seems to have jumped to his death.
Yep, definitely suicide.
Best commissioner ever.
Meanwhile, we see Wayne Enterprises apparently hands out really shitty paychecks as Nigma's home / someone else's closet is being used to send more threatening riddles. Bruce takes one of them to a professional.
Dr. Meridian, please.
That wish. You can figure out the rest.
Bruce hears threatening sounds from her office, but it looks like she was just doing her usual in-office boxing before a session.
Are you sure he's supposed to be the crazy-looking one here?
And of course he gets her in-depth expert advice.
This letter writer is a total wacko.
At this point, I'd actually trust Wacko more than you.
He's obsessed with you. His only escape may be to purge the fixation.
So not only is he a wacko, but you've jumped to the conclusion that he's a guy.
I think we established she's not a good psychiatrist.
The two of them hit it off, I guess. They more play I Spy of obvious symbolism in the room.
You have a thing for bats?
She's a Malaysian dream warden. She protects you from bad dreams.
And he invites her to the Gotham Charity Circus. A Joel Schumacher film, you say?
Schumacher looks at men the same way Michael Bay looks at women. And men, the more I think about it.
It's here that we're introduced to the Flying Graysons. One of them soon to be Robin, the 25-year-old boy wonder.
I'm totally 15, you guys. I'm like into Pokemon or whatever.
But Two-Face interrupts the televised circus performance. You know those common circus performances you see all the time on TV. And tells the crowd that if Batman's identity isn't revealed, he'll blow everybody up.
Batman, bruised, broken, bleeding, in a word, dead!
The Graysons try to stop the bomb, but Two-Face guns them down, leaving only Dick.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
The day is saved, but young Grayson is left without a family. To demonstrate Schumacher's understanding of this tremendous loss, we cut immediately to a horse humping a rock.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Excuse me?
Look, I figured telling that cop I'd stay here for a while saved me a truckload of social service interviews and charity, so, no offense, but no thanks.
Well, you're legally an adult, so do whatever the hell you want.
You got a fix on Two-Face? Then I'm gonna kill him.
Killing Two-Face won't take the pain away. It'll make it worse.
I mean, I felt great when I killed the Joker, but it probably wouldn't fit you.
Bruce says, forget your parents and fix my bike, which Dick immediately agrees to.
But it looks like Batman is being called to an emergency that will never be addressed, so Alfred is left to tend to Bruce's dick. I know what I said.
Is this a Robin?
My brother's wire broke. I swung out and grabbed him. My father said I was his hero. I flew in like a robin. Some hero I turned out to be.
But your father was right.
The first time, anyway.
Meanwhile, Two-Face ambushes Batman on his way to the crime we'll never see, as once again we're introduced to the world's strongest frickin' grappling hook.
Tune in next time, kids! Same batshit implausibility, same batshit movie!
Meanwhile, Nigma is trying to figure out what to call his alternate identity, but his Geico caveman puppet apparently has an idea.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I shall be the green light bulb. Meanwhile, Two-Face sulks in his split lair. Yeah, that's as complex as his character is gonna get, folks. Well, apparently the Riddler is waiting there too.
Don't mind me, I'll just be waiting for the assistant director to cue me.
I made your favorite, a sterno and grain alcohol. Straight up, baby!
Or as Drew Barrymore calls it, a starter.
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't know that was Drew Barrymore. Till somebody said, oh, you know, one of those girls is Drew Barrymore. I was like, what? And I rewatched and sure enough, there she is. I'm like, what the hell is she doing in this?
We're of two minds about what to eat first.
The green light bulb! The Riddler comes out of literally hiding and says he can help him kill Batman if Two-Face lets him live.
But Batman? It's a challenge. Flash of blood and then what? Post-homicidal depression.
Did you enjoy my Porg impression? The combination of Max Headroom and a green Skittle tells Two-Face that if he gets his device on every television in town, he'll help him get Batman. Two-Face reluctantly agrees.
Reluctant for him or us?
Pick one.
Okay.
They rob every place they can to mass produce his invention. His superpower is to magically shrink diamonds mid-edit.
Teamed with Two-Face, this new criminal's pattern of marking his crimes with puzzles has Gothamites calling him the Riddler.
Wouldn't they be calling him the rip-off artist? I mean, obviously the Riddler-type character exists in this world from all the toys Nigma had, so why don't people recognize it?
It'd be like if a killer wore a Spider-Man costume and called himself the Red Lobster.
I'd sure that would be a better name. How many spiders are red?